All right, so today we're going to activate your DNA. And it's very exciting. And I want to welcome all of you for taking the time to be here with me today. So get in that space of tranquility, okay? And I'm going to take you there as well, because you want to be in that space of bliss so that you can accept what's coming to you today, the healings that are going to come about. For those of you who do not know me, I am Deepal Shah. I am a body channeler, and I have the ability to pinpoint the source of pain in your body, helping you to become pain-free so that you can live in your purpose and with joy. I use the modality called quantum body awakening, and I teach this modality as well. I am so honored to be here, and I hope you'll join me here today where we'll be activating your dormant DNA. I guess we never think about it, but can DNA go dormant? Right? That's the question. And you're going to find out today what causes that and how we can awaken it. And I'm going to take you through a process of awakening those dormant DNAs, and you're going to see the benefits that it brings about. The DNA is the blueprint of life. We've been given that for a very, very long time, since that first birth we ever took. It's located in every cell of our body. And each chromosome is a 2-strand double helix of DNA. There are additional 10 etheric strands of DNA available to each human. And these are the ones that have been dormant. Why are these additional strands so important? It's because they allow you to perform greater human accomplishments. Just like Jesus, Buddha, all the other ascended masters and greater masters, Yogananda, all of those great gurus. The difference between them and us is our DNA. And believe it or not, we currently use only 3% of our current 2-strand DNA. This is why we get sick. Maybe you're unhappy, depressed, anxious, stressed out. You have a difficult time experiencing love. You feel completely disconnected with the universe. You feel disconnected with yourself, your physical body. There are many symptoms that are associated, and a lot of them have to do with sickness, manifestations, higher consciousness, ascension. All of that has to do with this dormant DNA. So I want you to imagine activating 100% of your 2-strand DNA plus 10 additional strands. You will go from using 10% of your brain to becoming a multidimensional being with psychic, telepathic, and manifestation abilities beyond anything you've ever dreamed of. Plus, the other benefits that I always like to add in is the aging process. You start to rejuvenate those cells, so then you start to look younger, feel younger. What is coded within our secret vault of our DNA is a potential so vast that it boggles the mind to think that something so profound could be so accessible if we want to dive into that. And I know each and every one of you want to dive into your DNA today. Say yes if you're ready to dive into your DNA. and experience this wonderful expansiveness. See, by simply shifting our perceptions, by coming into a new way to define our personal reality, we can override the carbon framework at the level of the nucleic acid bases in the DNA. Your DNA is controlled by signals from the outside of your cell. Again, by your own thoughts and perceptions. That's why it's so important to work with your thoughts, to work with your perceptions, especially when those low vibrational thoughts and things we perceive create this emotional entanglement, this karmic entanglement. Leading scientists are proving that genes and DNA do not control our biology, at least not 100%. That instead, DNA is controlled by signals from outside of the cell. And this includes the energetic messages emanating from our positive and negative thoughts. And sometimes we don't realize that we're having a negative thought or a low vibrational thought. I don't like to really call thoughts positive or negative. I feel like they're of higher vibration or of lower vibration. If I have a thought that's going to increase my vibration, isn't that wonderful? Versus something that's going to take me into a dark hole. I mean, imagine how my DNA is changing as I have those positive high vibrational thoughts versus those of low vibration. So be conscious of your thoughts and your perceptions. We have many different ways of perceiving the world, and how emotionally entangled do you want to be is going to be a choice that each and every one of us will be making every minute, every second of our being. But remember, that's also changing your DNA. There have been children born throughout the history of humanity to raise the frequency of the planet that have more than 2 strands of DNA active. They're known as these indigo children. These are these incredibly intelligent, loving, and amazing children that are being mistakenly diagnosed as having ADHD or ADD because they're so smart. Too smart. Your DNA is the blueprint of your life, and it controls every function inside of you. And if we can change your DNA today, just imagine what your life is going to be like. When we change your DNA, we're changing your life, changing how you function. The human DNA will always appear from an external analysis as a 2-strand double helix configuration. But what is not understood is that within this double helix, there are and will be progressively more additional double helix strands, which fuse together and add their operational coding into the active DNA imprint. So today we are going to restore that original organic imprint for health. That is the birthright of our species. We are progressively reordering portions of the junk DNA and stimulating portions of the DNA into activation. And most people on the planet only have 3 strands active, which allows you to be in that 3 dimensions of consciousness, and therefore being stuck in the 3D. So if you're ever wondering, why am I stuck in this 3D reality? It has to do with your DNA. Now, right now, we are in the middle of an ascension cycle. The Earth's auric field is speeding up in a pulsation rate, and we exist as part of the Earth's auric field. The particles that make up our own auric fields must also speed up. And this has to do with the DNA. And that's why the DNA activation is so important, more now than ever before. And so I want to help you get out of the 3D and step into that 5D. So if you have any energetic blocks, auric attachments, karmic imprints, DNA distortions, unnatural energetic seals, then you will not be able to speed up the particles and allow the frequencies necessary to make this time continuum shift. And so you get stuck. And the higher frequencies coming into your field will speed up the body's deterioration process. And many results that come about when this happens is the physical problems and discomforts. So we're going to slow all of that down and reorganize so that you can have spontaneous healing. Now, after the activations, there is a purification process that begins to detoxify on a physical, emotional, and the mental bodies. There have been many people that have been cured of cancer and other serious diseases after having a DNA activation. The key to humanity's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual evolution lies within our DNA. And so today I want to help you activate your DNA strands so that you can experience this in your life. So I want all of you to take a nice deep breath in and a nice breath out. I want to ground your energies. As I've given you all this information, I can see some of you are already starting to feel it. You're starting to drift off. So I want you to be present. I want you to really open up. And the way to open up is to be present for today's healing and activation and purification. So let's start by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. I want you to breathe in through your nose into your belly and out through your nose. Beautiful. I'm inviting your guide team here with us today. I'm inviting you, your higher self, connecting with your higher self, your energy field. Connecting with your DNA blueprint, your strands of DNA. And as I connect, I'm clearing the energy field. Clearing all the energies, all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs that do not serve you. Dislodging and disintegrating them through the energy field. And we're actually going through 12 layers of the energy field. Let's go ahead and clear the chakras, 12 chakras. Actually, I want to go to 22 chakras. Make it 23. Let's clear 23 chakras. Clearing all the congestion within each of the chakras. Let's prepare and clear your nervous system, the software of your body, preparing it for this activation of your DNA. Taking you into the theta wavelength and training you to this frequency now, shifting you to the theta brainwave, slowing everything down, raising your frequency for healing. Let's open up the channels along your back. There are many, many channels along the back. You may feel your spine wanting to move. You may feel your body wanting to move and shift in a certain way. Allow it to do so. It's just clearing out the energies that you've been holding on to for so long. It's time to let go. Opening up the seals that are blocking the DNA. Preparing your mind and your body and your energy systems for the DNA clearing, aligning, and activation. Let's go ahead and remove all the ancient blockages, all the ancestral blockages, all the lifetimes of blockages, so that you can embody and have access to your higher self, higher dimensions, higher consciousness. Feel the light coming into your field. Feel the light coming into your DNA. As we clear, we're pouring in the light, the frequency to heal the DNA, to activate it. restoring, clearing all the distortions in your chemical DNA. These distortions sometimes cause your DNA sequence to run in reverse. And some of these distortions come about from the traumas that you've been through. That's why it's so important to clear through all the lifetimes and get these energies flowing in the proper direction, so that your mental and your physical and emotional bodies can embrace these and embody the proper healing. I can sense that most of you have distortions right in the second and the third strand. They're not communicating so harmoniously, so I'm just working on that. This will allow you to interpret life with much more clarity. Allowing you to release all the chaos. Detangling you from the emotions. Let's go through each of the DNA strands for deeper healing. As I'm working on the 2 and 3, I'm going to go to number 1 as well, restoring that first DNA to its original divine function and highest energetic holding potential. Activating 1, 2, 3 as I purify the energies here. They are activating, becoming alive. Feel it in your cells as we're giving these DNA strands life again, life force energy that it needs to thrive. Moving to the DNA strands 4 to 6. Accessing your superconscious mind and embodying your soul identity. This is the identity of yourself that holds access to your life's mission. Activating and purifying this beautiful strand 4 to 6. Connecting it to 1 and 3 so that the communication is clear. Let's go to strands 7 to 9, where you're embodying your oversoul identity. Let's go ahead, activate and purify 7 to 9. and connected to 4 and 6 and 1 and 3. We're connecting all the way from 1 to 9 so that all of them are in communication with each other. As we're going higher and higher, let me ground your energies. Let's get ready to dive into the strands 10 to 12, embodying your avatar identity. Let's go ahead and activate and purify strands 10 to 12. Connecting 1 to 12 now. Infusing the 12th dimensional energies. Preparing you for ascension, preparing you for life here on earth, allowing you to vibrate at a higher frequency. Feel all the energy flooding out through the cells of your body. Through the energy field, through the chakras, through the hara line, through the nadis, through the meridians. The DNA activation is now complete. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Notice how you feel. Come back into your body. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice breath out. And so it is as I encircle you in a beautiful bubble of light. Thanking you, thanking your higher self, thanking your guide team and my guide team. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the work that you have provided today for us. Thank you for the gifts. And so it is. You can open your eyes now. And I want to thank all of you for being here today with me. And all of you who will be watching the replay.